Hey everybody, welcome to Attack of the Show, TV's only source for all the stuff you care about. You just read it on the screen, I hope. I'm Kevin Pereira.
Hi everybody, I'm ENunn. It is Friday, November 30th, and we're coming to you live from the G4 studios right here in Los Angeles.
Look!
On today's show, kittens will go from cute and fluffy to violent and bloody. Hopefully, watch as real-life kittens run a ninja warrior-like obstacle course and risk life and paw. Get ready for Kitten Warrior. Plus, in Around the Net, we'll reveal some even more dangerous stunts and show you a skydiver who actually lit his own parachute on fire.
Also, we continue our holiday countdown of the 20 days of Gadget Prawn with a review of the new Sidekick LX. It has an innovative keyboard. What about the rest? And in the Loop Weekend Review, we're talking about the success of Beowulf, Google's multi-million-dollar green plan, and rock band's Broken Controller.
But first, it's time for some near-death web experiences.
Here are the top 5 mortality moments that are around the net. All right, it's officially the holiday season, and as soon as it's over, facts show that death rates skyrocket. It's sad, but it's true. People die when there's nothing to live for. But today, we're looking at a group of people that probably won't live through the week with the stunts that they're pulling. So that's a bright spot, right?
It is a good spot, because then it's just over, and there you don't have to worry about life anymore.
Oh, I forgot a gift. It's okay, I'm dead.
And at number 5, there's a new sport out there, rock wings.
Fun fact, flying squirrels live about 6 years in the wild.
Really?
Yeah. A guy jumping out of a hot air balloon with rockets attached to his ankles, about 45 seconds of life.
Oh, so all of those are, past tense people. Like, they don't exist.
Oh, yeah. We were going to do a montage and realized we just don't care.
Okay. Obviously, strapping jets to your ankles is insane, but our number 4 video today teaches us that some things are accidentally dangerous.
Yeah, skateboarding inside of a giant pipe, it's kind of foolish, right?
Yeah.
But it's certainly not life-threatening. That is, unless the pipe is not securely fastened in place. Darwin failed.
I suspect that'll make it into the next Tony Hawk game.
Probably. Actually, I think it was a Tony Hawk's Extreme Wasteland American Roadshow BMX 3. I think that's where they actually put that in.
Oh, he makes lots of games.
Lots of games, yeah.
A lot of them. But now let's look at some dangerous stunts done on a track. In today's number 3, it's time to break out the mullets and get ready for some old-fashioned dirtbag racing. Wow.
Now, the tracks in this sport are often full of loops and plenty of hazards. We get that. But I don't know if there's a dirt bike racing school, but if there is, the first lesson that they should really teach everybody is to not hit the gas when you're about to turn.
In those stands, this might have been a number 1 video.
So close.
So close. Next time, get some audience.
Pack those seats, guys.
That's right.
We need heads flying. In today's number 2, we look at the dangers of traveling on this nation's freeways. You see, unlike Germany's Autobahn, this country has speed limits, but I don't think some people got the memo.
No. In this controversial video that was originally posted on YouTube, one driver manages to take his Lamborghini up to 219 miles per hour. Arizona drivers, watch your ass.
That's right.
2, 1, go.
Reckless is an understatement. A group of young guys taking turns pushing a Lamborghini to the limit.
That's insane.
Top speeds, first 200, then 214. And the winner? 200. 219 miles per hour. What freeway were these macho maniacs using? The 202 Red Mountain, the same stretch that hundreds of thousands of people drive every day.
Yes.
Wow.
That's awesome. In Phoenix's Channel 5 News investigated that video, they discovered that the driver was allegedly a former dentist turned pornographer.
That's great. Apparently, the Good Doctor has an amateur porn site, they tell me, and naked girls are often photographed on the vehicle.
Making it the coolest car ever made.
And a great job.
Right?
Wish I came up with that. It's like YouTube and then that job. Two best creations in the world. And finally, we have the #1 dangerous item around the net. It shows us the horrible, stomach-turning hazards of air travel.
Yeah, if you fly, commercial airlines, you'll always find a barf bag in the seat in front of you, right? I mean, it's just common sense. You want to have them around in case someone gets sick.
It's true.
Needs to do a little Ralphing in the Ralph's bag.
Yeah.
But when you try to use those same bags once you hit zero gravity, they don't work so well. No. Chocolate rain. Yeah.
My memories, Seth's memories bringing the smell of throw up. It's disgusting. Two girls, one plane.
Right? Thank you.
I smell an internet phenomenon.
Let's get on that. Get the .com right now, please.
Okay.
To get your daily viral fix, go to g4tv.com/aroundthenet and sign up for the Around the Net podcast. Perez Hilton does not do domain registry, but that's okay. It'll make you lose your lunch and your dinner.
But right now, it's time for the only news you need to know. Here's Layla Kaylee and the feed headlines.
Thank you, guys. Here's what's coming up in the feed. First, Lost is coming to the big screen, but not in the way you might think. Plus, it looks like Ticketmaster will be sharing the wealth with bloggers and webmasters. And if you've been building a Death Star, we'll tell you where you can buy some flying drones to patrol your hallways. It's all coming your way in just a few minutes. But first, back to you guys.
All right, thanks, Layla.
Oh, gosh, are you okay?
And you thought Around the Net was a relentless gauntlet of unthinkable challenges.
Look at 'em.
It's time for Kitten
Warrior.
Just wants to claw its way down the back.
That's why pets are declawed, although we don't promote it. But look how cute
Look at what it did to the back of my shirt.
Oh, man.
And embroidered it.
Get off.
Look at that.
Get off. Get off.
Don't shake the cat. All right.
Okay. Today, a landmark event is taking place on Attack of the Show. Kitten Warrior has come to the United States for the first time in the history of the sport. Look at him. Look at him.
Look at us kittens.
Look at him.
We scoured the globe for the 2 toughest kittens that can battle it out on our brand new Kitten Warrior course, which is, of course, the most difficult
They should be talking
ever
crap
constructed.
to each other right now.
Look at pawn.
Yeah.
Get 'em.
Not a single feline has yet been able to traverse the course, and believe me, hundreds have tried. Luckily, we have with us today the one and only Frisky Phil. We also have the Iron Man himself, Mr. Fluffers, over here. These two will take on the 9 ridiculously difficult obstacles awaiting them, including the hazardous Mount Kitty.
You're so precious to me. I love you so much. Will they be able to scale the obstacles and achieve Kitten Warrior status?
You're so cute.
Calm down. You got to wait and see.
You guys don't go anywhere. It is kittens, madness, comics, gadgets, more. You guys don't want to miss it.
You can has a cheeseburger, baby. Oh. Here's what's coming up on today's Attack of the Show. We're putting some adorable kittens to the test on our cat-size obstacle course and our very own Kitten Warrior Challenge. And with broken guitars abound, it's been a rocky first week for Rock Band. And is Beowulf a sign of more 3D to come? Find out in The Loop Week in Review. Plus, Blair's taking a look at the most anticipated comic of the year, The League of Extraordinary Gentlemen, The Black Dossier on Fresh Ink. We're still not sure why we have to be Mr. Pink when the attack comes back.
Attack of the Show. Attack.
talk comic books, and oh, Lord, look, Blair Butler is here with a review of the often delayed, much anticipated return of the League of Extraordinary Gentlemen.
Yes, this week I actually thought I'd do something a little different. Now, usually I review like 3 or 4 comics every time we do Fresh Ink, but once in a great while, a comic so complex, so hyped, and so polarizing comes along that we have to devote an entire segment to it. Alan Moore, the creator of some of the most iconic comics ever printed, from Watchmen to V for Vendetta, is back. After an insanely long wait, the newest League book, The Black Dossier, is finally on store shelves. Forget the terrible League movie. Alan Moore's source material about a world-saving band of literary characters, including Mr. Hyde and the Invisible Man, is adult, challenging, and has dazzled readers by incorporating an encyclopedic array of references to Western literature. But while the first 2 books in this series focused on the League's Victorian-era adventures, The Black Dossier is an entirely different endeavor, set in the dystopian England of George Orwell's 1984. On the surface, the main narrative of The Black Dossier focuses on the surviving League members Alan Quatermain and Mina Murray's attempt to recover the Black Dossier, a detailed history of the League. And the villain of the piece is James Bond. Yes, that James Bond, only here Moore has escalated the misogynistic tendencies of Ian Fleming's creation. This Agent 007 is a vicious and smug rapist who is aided by a younger version of spy Emma Peel and a staggeringly racist relic of British literature, the fictional and virulently anti-Semitic detective Bulldog Drummond. But the real centerpiece of the book is the dossier itself. It's a thick document that actually chronicles the history of the League. It includes an illustrated biography of Virginia Woolf's gender-shifting creation Orlando, a pornographic Tijuana Bible, and dozens of other faux documents relating to the League. The amount of material contained here is stunning and text-heavy, but it certainly doesn't add up to a satisfying casual read. You're going to need to spend a long time with the League to fully appreciate this one. And while the previous League stories were accessible to most fans, this latest book is sure to send many readers scrambling for Wikipedia. If the idea of researching every other page doesn't appeal to you, then by all means check out one of the earlier League adventures. But if you're up to the challenge, the scope and vision of The Black Dossier will stun and amaze you. And while it isn't my favorite graphic novel of the year, it's definitely going to be a permanent addition to my comics library.
Brilliant segment, by the way. But
Thank you. I was clapping for myself.
I have heard that this book is a little on the complicated side. So,
Yes.
like, for a casual reader, like, should they even bother picking it up, or is it too crazy?
I think if you want sort of that really simple, straightforward League adventure, you should buy the first 2, because this is super complex. There's, in fact, like this giant online index of all the references in the book and all these annotations. And once you read the book, you really appreciate how much Alan Moore has crammed into it. On the other hand, you know, again, if you just want a sort of simple, straightforward adventure, this probably is a book that's going to frustrate you.
Right.
Yeah.
A little too much.
Right.
If it requires me to go online and look up 40 different things.
You're going to be hitting like Wikipedia and stuff every 5 minutes.
Or I'll just be doing this and then that.
But it's a pretty amazing. I mean, when you read it, it's incredible how much he's crammed in there. But I think it's going to frustrate and freak out a lot of people. There's a lot of porn in it too.
Well, well then, why didn't you say that from the start?
I
can go online and look at porn. That's fine.
XXX.
Do you guys disagree with Blair about the Black Dossier?
Oh,
Do
right.
you? Well, you have a chance to change her mind in person right after today's show. She'll be chatting live at 8 Eastern, 5 Pacific. It's going to happen.
I will indeed. Log on to g4tv.com/chat and we'll talk comics and more. And hey, if you want reviews of new comics every single week, check out my podcast at g4tv.com/Fresh Ink. Lots of new comics this week.
Oh, yeah? Anything good?
Yeah, new Green Lantern Corps is excellent.
I have no idea what you just said. Right now, let's move on from Comic Sass to all of today's top stories. Layla's here to make sure you have the only news that you actually need to know.
Thanks, guys. It's time to start the feed.
Intended here in Hollywood.
The Feed with Layla Cayley.
Lost is coming to the big screen. Well, kind of. Unfortunately, there is no feature film coming, but ABC has announced they will be running ads for the upcoming 4th season before all features in Screen Vision and NCM theater chains. Early word from the network is that they're very happy with the 8-episode set to premiere in early 2008, and they think they will even satisfy the show's detractors. These shows were completed before the current writer's strike, but the show's second 8 episodes have been shelved for the time being. Evil Empire Ticketmaster will be loosening the purse strings and sharing money with websites that drive traffic to the Ticketmaster site and result in ticket sales. The company has created its first affiliate program and a widget called Event Engine, which webmasters can embed in their own page. They're still the only game in town if you want to see a concert, and now there'll be more places on the net. No details have yet emerged on how much of a cut websites will be entitled to for driving concert goers to Ticketmaster, but we'll keep you posted. It turns out the PS3 is more than just a cheap Blu-ray player, it's also a hacker's dream thanks to its powerful processors. New Zealand-based researcher Nick Brees claims that the Underdog gaming console can be used to crack passwords at speeds 100 times greater than Intel hardware is capable of. The computations required to crack the passwords are similar to the ones used in folding at home, and the console has the ability to crack 8-character-strong passwords in a couple of days as opposed to weeks. There's a new revolutionary car camera that allows you to see around corners. The 2008 Lexus LX570 has a front wide view and side video monitoring system that allows drivers to see inside their blind spots. The system provides a 180-degree side-to-side view, allowing you to look around trees, walls, or parked vehicles obstructing your sight as you try to pull out into traffic. Folks, the evidence is in. It won't be long until your car is driving you. The Xbox 360 adventure game Naruto Rise of a Ninja is based on an animated series, and now the voices of the official Japanese cast are available as a free download. The dubbed voices in the game have been a controversial issue for hardcore gamers, but Ubisoft decided to make nice and offer up the original voices for free. Naruto Rise of a Ninja was released for the 360 on October 30th. And finally, in Big Brother news, not the reality show, our current police state government will have a new tool they can use to terrorize people, flying robot drones. The robots are made by arms manufacturer Honeywell and will patrol the skies at an altitude of 10,000 feet and spy on citizens in Houston and Miami. As of yet, Honeywell hasn't armed the small 14-pound drones, and there's no word on what they are fueled by, which means we don't know how difficult it will be to clean them up when they inevitably crash down in your yard. But of course, we will keep you posted. Well, that's it for today, but don't worry, the feed doesn't stop here. Stay tuned to G4 all day and look for the feed ticker at the bottom of your screen. We'll have all the news you need to know as it happens. I'm Lady Cady, and you've just been fed.
Nice work, Layla. Heroes is hurdle.
Really? At Gamefly, our passion for gaming has led us to rent games differently. We think different is better. Choose from thousands of the latest and classic video games delivered right to your door. Keep them as long as you want with no late fees. Then send them back in our prepaid envelope. People think we're crazy to rent games for as low as $6.95 for the first month. We think we're visionaries. Our vision? Make renting easier. Different? Maybe. Smarter? We think so. Go to Gamefly.com and start renting differently.
Product genre E through M.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the old show. Now, Rock Band rocks so hard that its guitars are breaking down. Google has decided to save the world, and Beowulf may have proved that 3D is here to stay. It's been a long wait, but the Loop Week in Review is finally here. All right, my guest tonight from Los Angeles, technology columnist with USA Today, Jefferson Graham is here. In New York, Ian Spector, author of 400 Facts About Chuck Norris. And also in Los Angeles, editor-in-chief of Chud.com, Devin Faraci is here. Welcome to the Loop, everybody. Let's start with the Rock Band discussion because I was affected by this, and I know countless others have been. The guitars are breaking down left and right. It's almost impossible for PS3 people to play at the same time because there's compatibility issues, apparently. What do you think? Devin, let's start with you. Was the game rushed to market too soon?
I mean, I think that these, the instruments, the peripherals, they're a little bit shoddy. I've got so many friends who have their guitars that are already broken. But I think part of it also is that the strum bar is really different on the Rock Band guitar than it is on Guitar Hero. And people are used to that clicking. They're used to that feedback from the strum bar. And I think they're really just kind of wailing out on their Rock Band guitars and maybe just beating the crap out of them. And that's why they're breaking so much.
They're being just a little too rough with the game, huh?
I think it's possible.
Ian, do you think that this news, this negative news, even if it's just one blogger, I mean, could the backlash actually hurt the success of the game, or is this going to do just fine?
You know, if it's a good game, people will buy it. I know I have Guitar Hero 3, all the Guitar Heroes in my dorm, and we actually encountered a similar problem with one of the old wired guitars, and, you know, we couldn't strum down, and it was terrible. It was like, you know, you had a kid, but it couldn't talk to you, and, you know.
So did you just smack it around or spray it with a squirt bottle? Like, how did you treat it?
We just kept using it, and it fixed itself. Like, it would go in and out. But you know, now we can't even use those guitars for the Guitar Hero 3.
Jefferson, have you shattered any guitars because the strum bar's gone bad?
Only my own. But on your other point on whether this is going to hurt sales, I think it's going to help sales. Everybody's talking about it. This is only good news for them, not bad.
Really? The fact that a product might be defective is going to make people want to go out and buy it even more?
We're talking about it. There's a lot of people who didn't even know this thing existed, and now they're hearing about it for the first time. They're not remembering bad or good; they're just hearing about it, and that's how many products out there can say that?
Right, that's very true.
I think it can help sales if they sell it as like the new Pete Townsend mod, like the guitar comes broken because you rock so hard and smash it out.
Exactly. Now just throw your plasma TV through the window, and we'll call it a day. Let's move on to Google now. They unveiled the most ambitious goal this week when they vowed to cut the world's consumption of coal by developing cheaper, renewable alternatives. Jefferson, we'll start with you. I mean, should the planet be feeling lucky? Can Google save it? Is it going to happen?
Well, they're going to put a lot of resources into it, much more than other people have done to date. The two guys who founded Google, Sergey and Larry, this is their passion. This is what they love. They're not into they're into hardcore science, and this is a chance for them to really pursue their passions. I was on the conference call with them when they were talking about this, and this is what they love. And they're going to hire some really smart people to really tackle this problem, and I wouldn't bet against them.
Right, and figure out how to get targeted marketing ads on your solar panels.
That's right.
Because that's really where they excel. Devin, I know you're a film guy, but I mean, can you really see Google in the energy business?
Well, I mean, I feel like I went to bed and woke up in Blade Runner or Neuromancer or something like that. It's like a cyberpunk thing happening. This one corporation is just in putting itself into our lives on every possible level. So it's a little weird, and I think that because I've read so many cyberpunk books, I believe that a corporation can, in fact, run this entire planet.
Well, and if there's anybody's going to do it, I hope it's Google, to be honest. But let's move on. According to the Wall Street Journal, IMAX 3D tickets made up 13% of Beowulf's opening weekend box office numbers. I mean, we're talking, this is comparable to the usual 4% for IMAX releases. Ian, does this mean that 3D films have finally arrived? Like, are they here?
Well, I'm definitely seeing more commercials and trailers for movies that are being released in IMAX 3D. And, there have been directors like James Cameron who's been, going nuts for 3D for years. But it's interesting to see that a movie's done so well in 3D, considering, it's this story that's hundreds of years old. And, I mean, people... It's interesting. I'd be interested to see what kind of people went to see it and for what reasons.
And I think it's interesting that you mentioned the commercials. Devin, I don't know if you've seen it. They've got the new trailers say that you haven't experienced Beowulf if you haven't seen it in 3D. I mean, is that clearly their new push?
That's the thing. I mean, I think 3D is to some extent a gimmick. It's cool. Beowulf is awesome in 3D. Right. I mean, I wouldn't want to see it any other way. But I think it's kind of a gimmick. But it's a gimmick I can get behind because it's a gimmick that makes you have to go to the movie theater. I mean, between piracy and the short DVD windows, movies coming out on DVD in 4 months after being released, people are staying away from the movie theater. And anything that kind of gives the theater experience, makes it a little bit more kick-ass, I think is something I can get behind.
Jefferson, what do you think? Is this the way all movies are going to be shot from here on out, or is this just the gimmick for this year and then it goes away?
It's a gimmick for this week. All movies are not going to be shot in 3D. It'd be great if, I agree with what we've been talking about. The more they can make it big and special, it'd be wonderful. But how many people are going to the IMAX movies now? As you said, 4%. It worked for this movie. Is it going to work for every movie? I don't think so. But anything they could do to give it that extra oomph is wonderful.
Well, the good news is that people like James Cameron and Steven Spielberg and Peter Jackson are really getting behind the 3D stuff. So it isn't going to be just something that's going to be sort of off to the side. It's big, mainstream, popular filmmakers that are really getting behind it.
As long as they get Oakley on board to design some kick-ass looking 3D shades so I don't have to wear the plastic McDonald's toy looking ones, I'm very happy. But I want to thank all of our guests for joining us. Thank you guys so much for keeping us in the loop. Now, you at home, though, do not go anywhere. We'll be right back with more after a quick little break. I know I'm going to miss you too, but I'll be here. If you thought ninjas were impressive athletes, then you've got to see one of these fantastic felines compete in our Kitten Warrior obstacle course.
You believe in music? Visit lgformusic.com. LG. Life's good.
It's a tight one in here. Star Wars Battlefront Renegade Squadron. I like that. White Darth Vader PSP. Nice unit. Collectible. That's great.
Customize your weapons better you can.
Dude, get your own Star Wars Battlefront Entertainment Pack.
Hey everybody, welcome back. We're just about to get to the Kitten Warrior event that you've all been waiting for, but I wanted to mention real quickly, I'll be on the road all next week joining some of our biggest fans in their own homes. Tune in, everybody. On Monday, I'm going to join Javon in Miami, Florida. On Tuesday...
Hey, there he is.
Wow, that's how his map looks at home. I'll be in Mount Pleasant, Michigan with the one and only Captain Smee. On Wednesday, I'll be joining Amra in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. And on Thursday, I'll be in Carefree, Arizona with a guy that you forum regulars know as Extreme in AZ. He makes all the awesome animated gifs.
I need to put him in my top 8 too. And while Kevin is on the road getting into lots of trouble, I'll be holding down the fort back here at our Los Angeles studio with a different guest host every day. On Monday, I'll be here with Hero's own Ando, actor James Tyson Lee.
Nice guy, nice guy.
Tuesday, from Totally Rad Show and Dignation, I'll be joined by Alex Albrecht.
Awesome.
Wednesday, we'll have a special guest from Ask a Ninja.
The Ninja?
Yeah.
Or the Ask?
It's the Ninja.
Okay.
Thursday, I'll be here with our friend Joey Kern. He is going to be talking about a new movie he's in with Justin Long. And on Friday, I'll be joined by the tech-savvy Chris Hardwick.
But now it's time for the moment we've all been waiting for. We are ready to crown the next Kitten Warrior.
We are finally on the cusp of announcing a new Kitten Warrior live on Attack of the Show. You guys can clap for it. It's okay.
It scares our contestants.
Oh, it does. That's true.
And me as well. Loud noises I don't respond.
You don't like?
No. We have constructed the most difficult course in Kitten Warrior history with 9 of the hardest challenges that a kitten has ever had to face.
We're hoping that one will be able to pass the course so we can crown a new champion on American soil. Let's have some quiet time, like Kevin said, in studio, because apparently our competitors may be fierce, but they don't like loud noises. So people are excited. They just can't hear it.
Just quiet claps. Wi-Fi high five. Before we unleash our courageous kittens into this hellish course, let's see exactly what it took for them to make it here today.
今までりょうちゃんの世界は本当に辛いですね。2週間生まれて後、家族は全部亡くなりました。フィスキちゃんの次の家族は本当にダメな家族だったね。その後、フィスキちゃんはあちこちに行って何もできなかったんですね。何もできなくて、フィオちゃんはすぐアフガニスタンに行きました。この猫ちゃんはキテンウォリアーになりますね。フラファちゃんはマサイフランスで家族なし、本当に成功しました。家族なくてマサイフランスで本当に成功しました。生まれて4週間の後、ボックスに始まりました。すぐ後、フラファさんは15ノックアウトしました。フラファさんはいろんなスポーツに入っていつでも勝ちましたね。フラファさんはいろんなヨーロッパ山を登って次の山はマウントキティです。
Yes, it looks like we certainly have the 2 hardest-ass kittens in existence. Is that a word?
Hardest ass is good,
yes. Let's find out what Frisky Phil and Mr. Fluffers have to take on in order to be crowned Kitten Warrior.
今日のキテンウォリアーコースは今まで一番の難しいな コースです。最初はエコのスピードバンプです。本当に難しいですね。慣れてるポールです。かわいいね。次はトンネルドゥームです。いろんな猫ちゃんはこの中になくなりました。トンネルの後は毛玉です。この中に昼寝するかな。その後は危険な橋です。この橋はものすごく危ない橋ですね。トロッコを落ちるは次です。ヒューッと落ちるかな。その後は猫バックスです。2人は我慢できるかな。次はぐるぐる回っている円盤、迷惑になるんで成功できるかな。最後はマウントキティです。どちらの猫が成功できるかな。
Truly the most difficult Kitten Warrior course ever constructed. But before we unleash them, let's go over some quick ground rules.
That's right. The kittens will go through the course one at a time and have 60 seconds to pass all obstacles and climb Mount Kitty.
Oh, Mount Kitty. But the kittens won't be working alone. No, Olivia, you and I will be prodding them along with several Kitten Warrior tools. That includes catnip balls, kitten treats, a ball with a bell in it, who doesn't love that, a laser pointer, and of course, a stick with a feather at the end.
Also, if the kitten jumps off the course, you may replace them at the end of the last challenge completed, but the countdown will not stop.
And finally, you cannot push or carry your kitten while in the course, except for the minecart plunge, if necessary.
And just like the real Ninja Warrior, if neither kitten finishes the course, then neither will be crowned Kitten Warriors.
They'll be eaten immediately.
That's true. They're delicious with some soy sauce and some sesame oil.
Ancient family recipe. Enough talk. It's time to put our first challenger through the course. Olivia, I believe you and Frisky Phil are up first.
Let's do this, Frisky Phil. My coercion of choice is wet cat food.
Going with the cat food. All right, let's get 60 seconds on the clock, please, and you'll start when I say go, which will follow 3, 2, 1, and go.
最初は障害物です。これました。次は当てるボールは何もできました。できました。次は取れる。全部できました。全部で。ニベアちゃんの猫はすごいですね。すごい。
Yes, I am doing very good. Thank you. Oh, here.
でも。
Oh yeah, see, that's what happens when you get overconfident.
しました。危ないバチ。ちょっと落ちたね。ちょっと食べ物落ちたね。
Eat the food.
慣れている。何もしてないね。オリガイちゃん。待ってね。
No way, I need more time.
よくいますね。失敗しました。もうすぐ時間ですね。
How do you say epic fail in Japanese? I'm sorry, because that was pure fail. Good job, though. Good job, though, Fluffer. Yeah.
Oh, now you eat the freaking food.
Okay,
Stupid
all right.
cat.
Well, let's see if Mr. Fluffers can top that.
All right, there you go, Tom. Thanks for taking the cat.
Don't. Oh.
I'll clean it up. Don't worry. I won't, but somebody will.
Well, I was going to use that. All right.
Oh,
fine.
you're going to. Oh,
no,
yeah.
no.
Wait.
That's
wait.
okay.
You need the.
I'll use the entire can.
All right. Well, I hope Mr. Fluffers is ready for you. 60 seconds on the clock, please.
Where's my Mr. Fluffers? Come here, Fluffer Nutter. Come here.
I was doing really good
until
I got cocky. All right. In 3, 2, 1, go!
障害物です。これまっすぐ。これはまっすぐ行ってボールに行ってできますね。できました。次は危ないトンネル。どうするかな。どうする。
Who's the real kid? Yeah. You want to go back to the shelter? Get the food. You want to go back? Where'd she go?
どこに行くんですか。どこに行く。
Focus on the spoon. Focus on. You want the can?
ちゃんとやってね。
Here it is.
Do we get to each do it one more time?
トンネル入らないね。
Oh yeah.
トンネル。もうすぐです。もうすぐ。
On this. Oh, Olivia spilt it in the tube. Come on. That's not fair.
Go on, get it.
Whole can. Get it.
Kevin, you have 10 seconds left. I got further than you.
That's totally just doing this on its own. Coming right out of the tube. Look at that cat go.
Wait, let's keep trying.
I'd yell at you, but you're adorable.
Mr.
You got there was
Fluffer.
food in the tube. That's we should have had a clean
Fluffer.
course. I'm calling shenanigans. Brand
Mr.
it.
Fluffers.
Fluffers is not paying attention now. Amazing television just happened right there, live. I hope you guys enjoyed it and appreciated it.
It's kind of like Nerd MMA. Just stopped. Pretty quick in the course.
It's done.
Well, that's it for the first ever American edition of Kitten Warrior. You were far behind.
I was making good time,
No,
and then you set a little whiskus trap. I know you. And that cat got distracted. I was doing great until then.
Either way, you had a whole dish and you couldn't get him over.
Well, you threw the spoon. It smelled like Florida studio.
I know, it's all over there. I promise I'll clean it up.
Oh, well, coming up on Monday, I head for Florida, so clean up your room and hide the porn under the mattress, or don't. I mean,
don't, bring it out.
Either way, yeah, take it out for me, please. I'll be coming to you live from a viewer's house every day next week, and if you think you can hide those pesky fluids, guess what? Bring in a black light.
That's nice. Do you have any suggestions for people, the guys watching at home who you're coming to their house? Any treats you like? Any foods? Allergies?
No, I'm not allergic to much.
Anything delicious you want?
Oh, wow, that's a great, I don't know. Can you give me, do they still make Gushers fruit snacks?
You know what?
Those bring me right back.
Anybody who has Gushers fruit snacks when Kevin gets to your house?
It's a delicious, chewy gem that just bursts in your mouth, and who doesn't love that?
It does burst, like a cold sore. And all next week, we're looking deep into the lenses as we continue our 20 days of Gadgetron. We've got a Kodak HD camera, a Canon G9, and the DXG110 10-megapixel camera.
So elegantly named.
Yes, we'll see if any of them should be on your Christmas list.
Go to g4tv.com/AOTS for all the things you saw today and more.
Can we try a kitty one more time? Can we get a kitty out here? No? No kitty? I guess they're over it. Hey.
No. Okay, get it. No.
Okay.